today. Now, here's another topic. The Senate Republicans are calling for a tax repatriation holiday in their jobs plan. Even though there's a new Senate report says it doesn't get companies to hire more. It would allow companies to essentially bring their overseas profits home at lower taxes. And Congressman Kevin Brady's really been behind this in the House. He joins us from Capitol Hill right now to talk about it. I'm going to start, Congressman, with the critics, because sometimes it's a good way to let you defend your bill. And the critics say, we tried this already back in '04, and it didn't work. It's temporary. It didn't help create jobs. You say what?
Well, they're wrong. We repatriated over $300 billion, boosted jobs, boosted the economy, increased R&D. In fact, the year after we brought those dollars back home into our economy, we had the strongest growth year of the decade that wasn't fueled by an artificial asset bubble. So I think they're wrong on all accounts. One
of the things we're going to talk about later in the hour is the president's jobs bill. And we have a guest coming on who's run through the numbers. And his point is that, yeah, this might create some jobs, but they'll be temporary jobs, you know, if we pass the president's jobs bill, and they won't last. Could you say the same thing here, is that this could bring some money back and it might help the economy, but it's temporary if it's only a holiday and it's not a permanent, you know, you're not permanently redoing in the tax code, tax reform?
Well, there's no question. The ultimate solution is to permanently lower the gate to allow those stranded profits to flow back in the United States every day, every year. But until that happens, and in this dismal economy, I would think the White House would want to inject up to $800 billion to $1 trillion into the U.S. economy that actually doesn't spend government money. It actually generates government tax revenues. So I'm hopeful, as more Senate and House Democrats understand this is a needed stimulus, I'm hopeful the White House has more of an open mind.
All right, let me ask you a political question then. Do you take this bill or this initiative to have the tax repatriation be able to bring these overseas profits home, do you take that and do you trade it for something that's already in the president's jobs plan, because they want to try this piecemeal approach apparently? Maybe it's more infrastructure spending in return for this. Will something like that happen?
You know, it could. I would love to have a discussion of how those new federal revenues are spent, or in my view, ought to be used to reduce the deficit. But first, we need to agree on let's lower that gate and bring those dollars home now. And I think there's growing momentum on Capitol Hill to do just that.
All right, we're going to keep following that as we follow the president's proposals and see if the two merge or not. But Congressman Brady, thanks for joining us and explaining it all today. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Connell. Appreciate it.
Now a little bit of sports.